Continue talking about Swift, the Swift programming language, and we're talking about tuples right now. Um, so in the last section, you solved these problems here, created some tuples. Here we're going to add the types to some tuples. So, this maybe is a geo-coordinate here, and it's type double double. This has two strings in it, so the type would be string and string, right? And this is a string, and a double. So maybe this one would be type string, and double, right? And then the last one, now this could be a double or an int. I'm going to guess it's probably an int. So let's make this one a string int, okay? So that kind of covers the tuple issue there. Let's talk about how defining tuples, I should say, right? Let's talk about how you might access values from tuples. So above here, these tuples don't have any way, like any identifier to say what the value is. Just the only thing that matters is the order that the values appear in the list, right? So when you have a tuple like that, you use the number. So you do dot and the number. So it's similar to a lot of languages, right? Like it's very similar to array, right? In a lot of languages, we're not using the square brackets though, we're using the dot. So here, if you got name from here and I put .0, it would give me Frango. And if I did name .1, it would give me Martini. So each element in the tuple, each value is indexed starting at 0. So this is index 0, this is index 0, index 0. This would be index 1, index 1, index 1, and then this one has a third thing that would be index 2, okay? So let's imagine we wanted to print all of the values from the pizza and the damage up here. So imagine damage is for a video game. So you did heat damage and it was, 120,000 points, right? So you can solve that one on your own. You can stop the video. And then otherwise I'll go through the answer, right? So if I said pizza, let me actually move this thing over a little bit here. If I say pizza dot, and then it even code hints me here to tell me that there's 3 possible values. So I'm going to print out value 0. And actually, why don't we even print that, right? So we'll say print, and then we'll say print pizza dot 1, print pizza dot 2, right? So that would be our 3 values here. And if you want to see that, you can open up the console at the bottom here, right? If you don't see it, you can click this little button right there and it opens that up. And then if you click run, it should run the code. Oh yeah, there we go. So there I got my pepperoni large 21.99. This, I guess these things come from further down the page and this comes from up above, right? Okay, so try that now with the damage, right? So you can try that one. So what would that be? That would be print damage dot 0, and then I can say print, and then I'll type damage, and I put the dot, and then because I'm wondering like how many things are in damage again, because I can't see the value, and it tells me right here, it says I have a 0 and a 1. So I'll choose number 1 right there. So that's how we access the values from our tuple. I don't know why this thing doesn't want to run there. Oh, there we go. So now it's my heat damage and 120,000 points, right? Sometimes tuples can also have named values. So here you can see I've got track, and track has a tuple value that's defined as name, which is a string, and time, which is a double. Okay, so imagine this is for songs on your iPod or something. You have a tuple that you're passing to the player, and you give it the name of the song and how long that song is, right? So maybe the song is happy birthday and then time is 1:57. And this allows you to print the value of, one of the values in the tuple by its name. Okay, so we can say instead of using the 0, 1, 2, we can use the name here. So this should print out happy birthday, and this should print out time of 1:57. Okay, so next there's a couple challenges for tuples. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to define some tuples, right, that include names, right? And so imagine you want to create a geocoordinate. It might have a latitude and a longitude. Maybe you want to create a tuple for a donut and it has a type, the value will be cake. It has a flavor that'll be chocolate, and it has sprinkles as a bool, so it would be true or false. Okay, and then you can go through and try this other one too, which is a skate, right? And then the second challenge is to try printing the values from each of the tuples, right, down here.